of the nation.
No. Damn, you guys have big heads.
So we're going to present it to you. Thank you to the math department for sponsoring this history situation. And it's only like 8 minutes and 49 seconds long. So we hope you like it. Evan will introduce you.
Lucas, I'm calling you on the 8 minutes.
So,
Call my hand.
Our project is on Benny Goodman and how he was pretty much single-handedly responsible for the integration of jazz music. So, I mean, you'll kind of see that in performance. Hope you like it.
Sorry guys, excuse me. I don't want to keep shaking.
Whoa.
I'm getting serious.
Jazz, a musical melting pot of the soul where prejudices go to die. Jazz is credited with being among the first cultural entities to unite whites and blacks. As jazz developed, the white and black cultures developed different styles, and it was the uniting of these styles that allowed the musicians to see that jazz was something bigger than them. The musicians realized that it didn't matter what color you were, as long as you were talented at your instrument. Eventually, as jazz gained more popularity, integration spread from outside the jam session into show business. This, at the time, unthinkable development was contingent on a single decision that would change jazz forever. Benny Goodman's decision to perform with Teddy Wilson, a black pianist, in Chicago, was a turning point as it broke the racial barrier of integrated jazz performance. I was in a big band back when all this was going on. I witnessed firsthand the introduction of Goodman and Wilson, and watched as they grew more and more popular. I was even at their revolutionary performance at the Congress Hotel in downtown Chicago. But we're not there yet. Let's take a trip back to one of my early jam sessions, back when tradition dictated that black and whites were to perform separately.
That was incredible. I love jamming with you cats. We could really go places. How's about we take the show to the road?
What, you mean four?
Yeah.
I love jamming with both of you, but I have a career to look out for. I'd be kicked out of the Dorsey band if I was seen playing with the Negro.
It's not that I have anything against you, it's just we wouldn't be taken seriously. Alright. Guess I'll just have to find some other swinging Negroes to play with then.
Such was the case for most musicians. Although midnight jam sessions were often held with black and white musicians in big cities like New York and Chicago, the two races were never seen performing together. Although this might in part have been a result of racism for some musicians, it was more likely for fear of how the integration would be received by a public bound by tradition. This was all about to change. On a dark night in New York in 1934, a jam session was held, like on any other night. But no one expected what would take place afterwards. Benny Goodman, a famous clarinetist from Chicago, was there, along with a new guy on the scene, black pianist Teddy Wilson. We were all amazed at Wilson's skill, but Benny especially. I remember it, like it were yesterday. The Negro. That's Teddy Wilson. Want me to introduce you?
Yeah.
Hey, Teddy. Hey, come here. All right, everybody take 5.
What's going on, Ace?
Teddy, I'd like to officially introduce you to Benny Goodman here.
It's great to meet you. I heard you're playing and I was not. You're comping perfectly accented what we were playing, as if we were playing with the same brain.
Why, thank you. It's an honor, Mr. Goodman.
Please, call me Ben. Say, are you playing in a group these days?
I was with Benny Carter's Chocolate Dandies, but I'm not anymore.
I'd like to come join me and Gene Group over there. We started up a trio.
It'd be my pleasure, Mr. Goodman. Ben.
The Benny Goodman Trio, comprised of Goodman on clarinet, Teddy Wilson on piano, and Gene Krupp on drums. They were unstoppable. They released an album, Body and Soul, which immediately received immense popularity. The group was called up for many touring opportunities, but But Goodman declined all invitations, believing himself that performing with Wilson would be detrimental to his career as a performer. When his trio was invited to play alongside the Fletcher Henderson Big Band at the Congress Hotel in downtown Chicago, he was reluctant. It wasn't until the band received a letter from the show's promoter, Helen Oakley, that he finally changed his mind.
Hey, Benny. I just got a letter here from Helen Oakley, the show promoter of the Fletcher Henderson Big Band.
Oh, yeah?
She wants you to play show there.
Well, I'm always up for a gig with Fletcher. Where is it?
The Congress Hotel.
Oh, Chicago. I love playing in my hometown. Of course I'll do it.
I thought you'd be up for it. Here's the thing, though. She wants the whole trio.
The whole... Even Teddy? I've been over this so many times. To perform with him would destroy my reputation.
Benny, Helen thinks we should bring Teddy on, and I agree with her. He's such a skilled musician. He'd be a tremendous attraction.
I'm not such a fool. I'm making it hit here, and this is my career. I'm not going to put it on the line to introduce a black talent in the middle of it all. I don't like that idea.
Benny, this would be a great milestone in music. This is a good idea.
This is a depression, mind you, and I'm doing fine. I'm not going to ruin my career for some dumb risk.
Benny, don't you be ungrateful to the culture that inspired you and made you love music. You love the black musicians. They're your greatest influence. You've never cared about making an album, Teddy. Why not take the next step? Change the face of music.
Well, I guess if people actually saw how well we performed together, they might change their mind about integrated plan. I'll do it.
This decision was momentous. The trio went on stage and gave the first highly publicized integrated performance in the history of jazz, blazing a trail for what would soon become the norm in jazz. Benny Goodman's performance was very well received by most people and convinced many of those who were on the fence about integration. Despite the great reception by the crowd in Chicago, many band leaders were still hesitant to perform with black musicians.
Hey, did you hear about the Benny Goodman Trio performance in Chicago?
With the Henderson Band? I sure did. Goodman's bold. He's bolder than me, at least. I would have never been able to perform with no Negro.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like anything against blacks. It's just, this country would eat me alive.
But the Chicago crowd seemed to be okay with Goodman's performance.
That's because of the swingingest we're on right now. They don't make any mistakes. Maybe that's the reason why people aren't taking this bad beats off table. The music's perfect, and who cares what the players look like?
Well, you can believe that as much as you want, but at the end of the day, America's still divided by prejudice. The music might be colorblind, but the country certainly is not.
The tentativeness of the other band leaders to follow in his footsteps did not perturb Benny Goodman's newfound high spirit. And he did not stop there. After his groundbreaking performance in Chicago, Goodman hired Lionel Hampton, a black vibraphonist from Alabama. This newly founded quartet toured all over the country, and people soon forgot about their prejudices as they were mesmerized by the perfect balance of musicality and feel in the quartet. The energy brought to the table by the quartet was amplified by their perfect.
Wow, just great show tonight, Teddy. I'm so glad that you're playing with us. I kick myself whenever I think about the fact that I almost didn't go through with it.
Benny, it's been such a great honor playing with you these past 2 months. They've all gone by in such a flash. I can't believe my luck. What you've done for me will provide opportunities for blacks in jazz forever, and hopefully within everyday life.
Well, but Ted, it wasn't just because of me. It was because of your amazing playing that people were able to lay aside their prejudice and just listen. They realized that it doesn't matter if I'm white and you're black. As long as we make great music, who cares what we look like?
No matter what negativity he received for this turning point in history, Benny Goodman always stood beside his band. The performance in Chicago was key in the eventual integration of music and, later, American society. People listened more and more, and grew less concerned about race in music, and just started seeing musicians. You see, jazz represented freedom, and publicized the morals absent in society. Because of America's newfound sense of equality in music, the jazz scene saw more and more black musicians, and more integrations between them and prominent white musicians. The breaking of the racial barrier in jazz was an influential factor in the desegregation of America, and this could not have been possible without this turning point in history, the Benny Goodman Trio